As we promised with last week's 90-day Fiance sneak peeks, there were some huge fights among a few of the couples. If you need a reminder of exactly what went down, we have the scoop. More than one fiancé was reconsidering the idea of getting married at all. First up, there's Kalei and Azulu. As we showed you in last week's sneak peek, Azulu tried to comfort baby Oliver by removing him from his car seat. Car seats are vital for a baby's safety in any vehicle, and Kalei was understandably upset that Azulu didn't know this. On Sunday's new episode, we saw that their spat was followed by an awkward silence. They had been driving to their new home in Utah, but ended up stopping at a motel for the night. Kalei confesses that seeing Azulu do something stupid and dangerous with the baby, even with good intentions, worried her. She reveals that she is having second thoughts about the marriage. Her child, correctly, comes first. In last week's sneak peek, we also showed you that Farida and Jonathan had a huge fight. Farida emerged from the club bathroom to find Jonathan dancing with another woman. She freaked out and ended up storming out to the parking lot, her mind swimming with second thoughts. Remember, she uprooted her entire life to be with a man 13 years her senior. Jonathan, who was clearly intoxicated, was unable to calm her, and he told her that he worried that she could get her visa revoked if she gets into trouble for blowing up like that. Farida, who is 19 years old and understandably emotional, says that if he would put her in that situation, she'd rather go back home anyway. Ouch. Olga and Steven had their baby and started fighting before they even left the hospital room. We have to be honest, scenes with these two can make you on edge. They seem so hostile with each other. Steven is overly impatient with Olga, which is incredibly rude, and he demands that she hurry up as they prepare to go home. Seriously, who talks like this to another human being, let alone the mother of his child? Olga questions Steven about how recently he washed his hands before he holds the baby, which makes him even angrier. Steven explains to the camera that he comes from an angry family and he doesn't want to be spoken to like Olga was speaking to him. We hope that, in watching the episode, he realized that Olga wasn't the bad guy in that hospital room. Yikes. In real life, Larissa was arrested for domestic battery last week. On the show, she's barely arrived in Vegas. But it's clearly been long enough for Colt to propose, and that he did at the top of the Stratosphere, one of the city's tallest buildings. "I'm deadly afraid from high places," Larissa said to the camera. "I don't know why Colt had the brilliant idea to bring me to the most highest place in Vegas." She warns that she may end up vomiting. When he actually drops to one knee and proposes, however, Larissa is thrilled. "I think that was amazing. I did not expect that Colt would do something like that," Larissa gushed. "I feel really happy that Colt gave to me a beautiful surprise," she says. Jay had a couple of rude awakenings, though Ashley did not cause them. See, Ashley lives in a community that is a whopping 80% white. Jay has been noticing the stares. "Why do white people always think a black person is bad?" Jay asked Ashley. "It makes no sense." He's right. And obviously 90-Day Fiance did not have time for anyone to explain the centuries of propaganda, from minstrel shows to jarring news reports, that keep people ignorant and hateful. Jay stopped by a barber shop to get his hair cut, hoping to make some new friends. Upon learning that he was 20 years old and preparing to get married, they, understandably, warned him that he's too young to tie the knot. "I love Ashley and there isn't a part of me at this moment that is thinking that I'm giving up a lot," Jay confessed. He then admitted, "I could come to the US and live with her, I wouldn't be marrying her. Remember how much Leda hates Eric's apartment? Well, Lada's family feels the exact same way. Not only do they believe that she and Eric should upgrade, but her dad is willing to put his money where his mouth is. He offered to pay for the first few months of rent at a new, larger apartment, but Eric turned him down. As Lada explains, Eric wants to show her family that he's not just looking for a handout. Eric wants to provide for Lada and for Alessandro, but he wants to do it himself. That said, Lada has her doubts. Eric failed me, she admits. And I don't think that I'm ready to get married with Eric.